Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. This time we're going to be taking a look at Zoe, the champion reveal, along with all the other cards that I did not get to on the channel, on Twitter. However, I should mention, you hear the sound. This is the sound of a microphone. My computer has finally arrived, and my setup is now completely changed. I have a Skytech Shiva Tower. I have an Acer 27-inch screen monitor, and I got a shiny, flashy new keyboard. But that's all secondary to what we're doing. Let's jump right in.
Ah, look at this reality! Look how sparkly!
Zoe, another 1-mana elusive champion. It's like elusive is the only keyword that allows 1-mana champions to be viable, or something like that. I kid. We might see some other variation in the future. But Nexus Strike, create a super cool star chart in hand, or if you have one, reduce its cost by 1. Okay. Alright. I've seen you play 10 cards with different names. Pursuit of Perfection, boys! Pursuit of Perfection! Oh, whoop. I didn't need to do that.
Hi, I'm Zoe! What's your name?
The art looks very interesting. Alright, super cool star chart. Invoke. Of course it's Invoke. Of course. It wouldn't make sense if it wasn't Invoke. Invoke a celestial card that costs 3 or less. Wait, this is just like the Invoke card, except more specific, which is to say better. Yeah, because like you can get access to Equinox. The 2-drop is pretty good.
You brought back my favorite star!
So, that... Okay. Paddle Star. 3-bit damage... 3 mana, slow speed card. Deal 4 damage to an enemy that has attacked this round or is stunned. That's an interesting... I mean, with this effect, this card can't be used to stop open attacks. So, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter that it's slow, because it's only after the fact that the attack has happened that you can use this card, and it's only on the enemy that attacked this round. So, it's a very limited in that. And I guess the stun, or is stun, I'm assuming you would pair this with stuns. So, Yasuo, maybe? But, let's be honest here. This is just a way weaker Ravenous Flock. Imagine comparing this card to Ravenous Flock, dude. Oh my god. It just isn't there. Spell Thief. Burst Speed. Pick one of the 3 enemy spells played this game and create a copy in hand. Ooh. Now this is a nice card. 1 mana burst speed. I get to pick from 3 cards my enemy has played. This spell cards that my enemy has played. I mean, what if one of those cards is a Vengeance or a Harrowing? Very nice. I apologize. I've been hitting the mic.
Hey, what you got there?
Get Stalking Shadows. And then level up.
The wheel turns. Day becomes night. Time to
Okay.
be colors.
Oh! What? Oh! The nose! Oh no, the side profile! Ah! Oh god. That art. Alright, let's ignore the art for now. For the rest of the game, when you summon an ally, grant its keywords to all allies. Ooh! How positively intriguing! So this just screams elusive decks in Targon, like a Targon elusive deck, where you play one elusive, and then all your minions that aren't elusive become elusive. That's nice. That's pretty cool. So it's like a way cheaper give it all. That's not a bad level up effect. And you'll also get the benefit of a Nexus Strike, create a Behold the Infinite that call. Oh, that's right. Behold the Infinite is that 2-mana card that could be anything that costs 0. All right. So your Nexus Strike before is like a more specific Behold the Infinite, and then the level condition you get the 0-mana Behold the Infinite. All right. That's an okay value engine. I'm more interested in the text on the top. I think that's where the real synergy is. Wait, why is it? Oh, 4. Wait, did I miss something? I think I missed something.
Awesome! This is gonna be so much
Oh, it was Stalking Shadows. That's right.
How do you like this?
Yep,
Sparkle?
that's the 0-mana Behold the Infinite. Wow, what an interesting. All right, so this Zoe is super interesting. Super interesting. I just. Oh, yeah. This card. Gosh, that card is. I wonder if you can main deck that card. Because I honestly think this is better. This card is better than Behold the Infinite, especially earlier on, which is when you would be getting it with Zoe and her Nexus Strikes. So, yeah, that's really good. You might want to pair her up with Piltover with Victor. Oh, you might pair her up with Victor. Ooh. And then have, like, some of the Subpercival things going on. You might have a Pursuit of Perfection, even. Pair her with Heimer. Get the Pursuit of Perfection on. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Let's switch over to Twitter though. Let's take a look at the new cards. Yeah, there we go. So, there. Spell Thief is main deckable. Super cool Star Chart is also main deckable. Zoe's Sleepy Trouble Bubble. Stun an enemy. Alright. Create a fleeting Paddle Star in hand. Ooh. Shuffle Zoe into your deck. So for 5 mana, you can use this card to kill off something. In two actions. Ugh. Deal 4 damage over two actions is terrible. Like, it's really bad. But it does hit synergies like Yasuo. So that in itself is kind of interesting. And Paddle Star itself seems to would have interesting interactions. So there's that. Starry Scamp, we saw that. Cost 2 less if you behold a Celestial. Alright. And Sparklefly, an elusive lifesteal. Basically, just the highlight off of Zoe's for the rest of the game. Wait, is this guaranteed for the rest of the game? Like, even if she's off the field, it's just for the rest of the game? Oh, whoa, wait, that's really strong then. If she doesn't have to be on the field for this effect to take a place, then that's just insane. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's crazy. That just elevated Zoe up a whole bunch. Oh my god. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. But let's take a look at some of the other cards that I missed. I mean, I've seen them, but I've not gone over them. So, that stairs, 8 mana, 8/8, play obliterate all landmarks or deal 2 to all other units. I don't know if it matters if you obliterate a landmark. Right? unless you have something that can bring it back from a landmark from the dead. That's an interesting thought though. It specifically obliterate all landmarks. So what if you can there's a card that allows you to revive landmarks? Huh. Interesting thought. I might be onto something there. Scar Grounds, 3 mana, landmark. When an ally survives damage, grant it +1 attack and tough. This is massive for Vladimir. I mean, it's so obvious. I don't even have to explain it, right? Toughness is just everything that Vladimir wants on his allies, and this gives it to them, plus an attack. It was one of the major reasons why I preferred Demacia Vladimir instead of Freljord Vladimir. But this might change that. I look forward to playing around with this card. The Monastery of Hirana. Oh. 3 mana landmark. Round start, create a sanctuary in hand. And that sanctuary is a 1 mana recall that can't be cast in combat or in response to a spell. And this is a very specific sort of deck that you would build this around. A very recall heavy deck, which might include Yasuo? Though I'm not sure. I'm not certain. It's an interesting thought. Might want to play around with that, but I mean, it might be good with hand buffs. But this card, Homecoming, trash. 5 mana, fast speed. Recall an ally unit or landmark to recall an enemy unit or landmark. What is this? This is just a worst Will of Ionia. I mean, it can hit landmarks, yeah. But it comes with a major downside, one of the biggest downside a card can have. In order for this effect to happen, this effect must go through, which makes this card way more counterable. Way more. This little segment right here, this destroys the card. But of course, if it was just this, it'd be broken. So, man, this card is weird. It's a weird card. Wiggly Burplish. Burplefish. 6 mana, elusive 3/1. Reduce my cost by 1 for each spell you've cast this game. When I'm summoned, create 1 cost spell from your region in hand. So basically, this is the ultimate Fizz enabler. Maybe this could also be used alongside a Fizz Zoe deck. Could be very interesting. Get a lot of invoke style, and then this would just be another elusive trigger for that Zoe condition where you just turn your entire field into elusives and then get that spell. That could be interesting. Interesting win condition right there. You could even use Taskmaster in that kind of deck because you would tend to have a lot of 1-drops. Ooh. That could be interesting. Interesting. I like it. I like it. Alright. Then we have Boom Ship. It's a meme. You would only really want to use this for Undying Kegs. If it would have been an alright card if it was deal 2, but it's not, so and the reason why it's not very good is because it's complete, like if you destroy the kegs that are making it do more damage, then you also lose value on that card. So it's not good. All right, then there's these card reveals. Claim, yes, that's a nice. I wonder if we can get that as a character. Whoops. Whoops. Might be it. All right. So 3 mana, Grand Plaza, landmark. When an ally is summoned, give it +1/+1 and challenger this round. Oh my gosh, this is so good. I mean, you have a big tempo loss on 3, which is bad, really bad for Demacia. Unless you're pairing Demacia with another region that doesn't care. Like maybe Shadow Isles with Undying. And every time they come back to life, they get this effect once more. That is, this is a very good Undying enabler. I like it. And there's a, and if it was just this one with Undying, it wouldn't be enough. But there's so many other good things in Demacia that Undying likes. Single combat. They like other things that give Challenger. I forget, there's that 3-cost spell that gives everything Challenger. There is specific units that give Challenger to other units. So there's a lot of good things in Demacia that already enable Undying for them. So we might actually see a switch over from Undying Bilgewater to Undying Demacia once more. Nice. Alright, 8 mana, 6/6, Captain Arica. I want to say, I think that's Arica. Spell Shield, play, capture a unit or landmark. 8 mana, 6/6, Elite. It's interesting. It's an interesting card. Its body is a little weak for 8 mana, but having the Spell Shield and the flexibility of capturing a unit or a landmark is a huge deal. It makes it really hard to get off the board, while also being a sense of board presence. So, yeah, it's really good. I think it's definitely worthy of 8 mana. Like, the biggest comparison, of course, is Mind Splitter. And, I mean, it's not stronger than Mind Splitter in my... Well, it might be. In certain scenarios, this will be stronger than Mind Splitter if they have, like, one big unit that you are struggling to get to take out. Use this play effect, and you rip it off their board. Or if they're about to win with, I don't know, Star Spring, bop, take it. Now they can't win with Star Spring. I mean, it gives more removal to a region that is body based on a body with Spell Shield. So I can't consider it to be bad. This, however, I can. 2 mana, 2/2, Evershade Stalker. What were they thinking? Ephemeral, fearsome, and can't block. Nightfall, create a copy of me in hand. Obviously, the whole idea behind this card is to play with, along with Stalking Shadows. This is the perfect hit for it. And it multiplies itself on a Nightfall effect. So, in a way, this is really ideal for Stalking Shadows. But Stalking Shadows, in general, is sort of a meme concept. So, this also doesn't really serve that much of a purpose. This card, however, 0 mana 1/1 Pesky Spectre, Ephemeral, Last Breath, create 2 copies of me in the enemy deck. This is everything that an Ephemeral deck wants. They want a low-cost unit, really low-cost unit, that can act as a chump blocker, or as an Ephemeral enabler, that when it dies, it causes minor inconvenience to the enemy. And in this case, giving him a couple of bad draws in the late game. So, yeah, this is really good. Really good. Because, like, this card demands you have good ephemeral synergy in your deck in order to use it. And it's in the region with the most ephemeral synergy. It's a wonderful card. I love it. This card. 5 mana burst speed, Moonlight Affliction, burst speed, silence 2 enemy units this round. Nightfall, they can't block this round. This is so stupid. This is such a stupid card. It's burst speed. You can burst speed, make enemies unable to block at burst speed. I mean, with Ash, that's sort of a thing. Like, with Frostbites. but you have to have the condition of leveling up Ash, which is a commitment and a deck building cost. So in order to get that sweet, sweet effect. This comes with the card. It's 5 mana. It's burst speed. It has the Nightfall effect that maybe causes you a minor inconvenience of using a couple more mana than you would. But the Nightfall effect is so much better than the Silence effect. But even if you don't get the Nightfall effect, you're still silencing 2 enemy units, which includes champions, I believe. You can correct me on that, but I believe that's also enemy champions. So this card just is so good. It's just really good. What were they thinking? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this is such a crazy card. They gotta nerf this card. Makes me depressed. 4 mana, 5/4. Solari Sunforger. Daybreak. Give me lifesteal this round. This is kind of funny. I'm noticing a trend. A lot of Daybreak cards, they like to give you things for 1 round. You know what works well with that? Out of the Way. I mean, Out of the Way is already like the best Out of the Way deck I have seen is a Daybreak deck with Out of the Way and Demacia. So this might add to it, make it better, because honestly, lifesteal really nice when you play a 5 mana spell that kind of puts you behind on tempo. Pretty good. And finally, Targon's Peak, the 5 mana landmark. Round start, reduce the cost of a random card in each player's hand by 0 this round. This is a greedy landmark, as many of the high cost landmarks are. This card is very reliant on your deck. If you have a bunch of big dudes and you hit this effect on the big dudes, you are going to snowball out of control super hard. Now, if your enemy also has such things and hits such big creatures and follows up, then you don't really get the advantage that you're looking for with this card. And then sometimes you might get gypped. And then sometimes the opponent might get gypped. I don't like the design of this card. I think this kind of, oh, well, he won because he played a 0-cost Aurelian Soul on turn 6. Is really bad. Like, that's the sort of snowball effects you can get with this kind of card. That's the biggest one I can think of. Just playing Aurelian Soul on turn 6. Oh my gosh. Now there is counteract. You can counter this card by destroying it. I mean, it is a landmark and there is landmark removal. But just like the snowball potential with this card is massive for both you and the enemy. I would never want to play this card. It's just a little bit too much for my taste. But yeah, those are all the cards. I hope you all enjoyed this reaction and, well, my feelings on some of the cards that have been revealed so far. And I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.